Today we're going to talk about citing, C-I-T-I-N-G, sources in your speech. If you deliver a speech and you do not cite your sources, tell your sources as you use them, then you're plagiarizing your speech. You don't want to plagiarize because then your instructor will count off. Your audience will not see you as credible. If it's an informative speech, you won't be seen as having good information. And if you're delivering a persuasive speech, you won't persuade anyone because you've not cited your information. So that we can increase your credibility and your persuasiveness and keep you from plagiarizing in your speech, let me give you an example. Let's say that your speech is about emotional intelligence in the workplace. And I've done some research. I went and found a few papers and a couple of books and did a bit of investigating. And so you're trying to persuade people that they should engage in emotional intelligence in the workplace. Your first main point has to do with legitimizing that as a reason. You might say, in the workplace today, in order to succeed, one has to engage in effective emotional intelligence. Because if you don't engage in emotional intelligence, and you're flying off the handle and you're getting mad or you're crying or being overly angry, you will alienate employees. According to information that I have, the Consortium for Research on Emotional Intelligence of Organizations. This paper was in organizational psychology, presented at the annual meeting of Society for Industrial and Organizational Psychology in the year 2000. They state that emotional intelligence is becoming ever more important and ever more noticeable in corporate America. That means when you are going into corporate America for a job, if you just graduate with your bachelor in business administration, one of the interview questions or more may deal with emotional intelligence, behavioral type of questions. Because according to the Emotional Intelligence Consortium, corporate America is paying a close attention to emotional intelligence. This article also states that it is your ability to manage your emotions and your feelings. However, in a book by Daniel Goleman, Emotional Intelligence, his first book that he put out about it, he states that emotional intelligence is not only your ability to deal with your own emotions and your own feelings, but to also deal with or understand, comprehend those of others. Specifically, when we're talking about workplace emotional intelligence, the Consortium for Emotional Intelligence states that emotional intelligence is important to the success in your workplace. It also states that these skills, these special skills in emotional intelligence, can lead to superior performance in the world of work. Daniel Goleman wrote a second book called Social Intelligence. And in social intelligence, he is talking about being a leader and learning how to deal with, for example, anger. That anger, too much anger in the workplace can alienate employees. It causes everyone to be miserable, to be unhappy and distressed, and which would mean the consequences to that would be there's no teamwork. There's no productivity in the workplace. One other piece of information that I found is some research done by Jennifer George back in 2000. Her research was titled Emotions in Leadership, the Role of Emotional Intelligence. One of the first things that Jennifer states is that emotional intelligence contributes to your effective leadership. Also, she makes the statement that when we say someone is a great leader, we're inherently saying that they have excellent emotional intelligence, that they're a rational decision maker. You are not seen as a rational decision maker if you fly off the handle all the time, if you are unpredictable in your emotions towards your employees. People might find you neurotic, as Jennifer states. Thus, in this first main point, it is to legitimize through information that I've found through books and research that emotional intelligence is required in the workplace in order to be a good leader and an effective employee. Done. Now, do you see what I just did? I provided you, it's part of a persuasive speech, that's one main point. I gave you a topic sentence, and I gave you some 2 books, 3 books, and a piece of research, and I could have found even more. I cited my sources as I used the information in my speech. This is what you need to do. When you cite your sources in your speech, first of all, you become a more credible speaker. If you are a more credible speaker, then second of all, you are more persuasive. You increase the probability that you will be more persuasive. So I hope this helps you with your persuasive speech. Bye.